Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Hence back with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a little bit of, how we're going to build team builders, what you should be looking to do right now if you want to build the new 95 ones that are going to come out soon, or if you want to make coins off of them, all that type of stuff. We're just going to start building up this hype for these new team builders because that's the next big event in the game, kind of like team of the season, team of the year, team builders, fantasy, all of those are kind of the big events in the game. And I think these next team builders are going to be like the next big event to make big upgrades to your team. So we're going to look at how to get prepared for that. But before we get started, I'm just going to hide my face cam here while I show you this. Before this video started, I played a game of Rivals just because I was on the game. And this guy had this Nikita Pavlichev card. Wow. This dude is 6'7". 6'7" with 97 balance, really good body checking. He might be a fun card to try out. So if you see him on the market for like fodder price or pretty cheap, I would take a look at trying to purchase this card because he looks like he's pretty fun. 6'7" is crazy, super tall. Anyway, let's hop over to the team builder, sets and stuff like that, or what I think you should be doing with the team builders, etc. So the first thing that I want to say is that I only have 3 team builders currently. And I kind of regret only making 3, right? I kind of wish I made more than that up to this point in the game. Just because I think that the team builders are like the most impactful cards in the game. They're always going to be like some of the best cards in the game no matter what. And they're not cheap to make by any means, but they're always going to be usable on your team. And as much as you're upgrading your team, they're never going to get stale. They're never going to be out of your team, basically, because there's always going to be room for them to improve to become the best cards in the game. They always give the team builders super meta cards. For example, Jay Beagle and Gary Roberts, they both have super meta cards in the game. They're both fast, they're both big. They're both great cards. So, I would take a look at, trying to plan out what you're going to want to do with your team builders. Now, the trade-in sets, in my opinion, or not basically, the objective opinion and what is 99.9% going to happen is that it's going to require 2 of these 92s to make one 94, 95, or 96. It'll be somewhere in that range. I would guess 95, but there's people who think 96, there's people who think 94. So, basically, they're going to be a lot better than what these cards are. And I would highly recommend that if you're going to make one team builder, one of the 89 team builders, okay, you have to make at least 8. If you're going to start building team builders, you got to make at least 8, just that way you can get one of the max upgrade cards. So, for example, if you only make one of the 92s, well, then you're stuck with this 92 until you build another 92 to trade it up for the next tier. However, if you have a 95, for example, if you have 4 92s, then you can get 2 95s, and then the 2 95s can be upgraded to 2 or to 1 98 or 99 or whatever it's going to be. So that's why I would recommend getting at least 4 92s. That way you can upgrade both 2 95s to 1 98. So I'm working on getting my last one done right now. I might do more than just one more. I might do like all of the 92s and then maybe do another set of 92s after that, just because I think that there's some of the more fun things to do in the game. Now, each of the 92s is going to cost you about 400 to 500k, depending on how fast you want to build the card. It could cost you less if you use untradables and etc. And I would highly recommend just building them over a few weeks. Don't build them all right away. Get your rivals rewards, get your champs rewards, build them up slowly, so you can put the cards into the sets and, knock down some of the prices for some of these sets, because they do cost a lot. It's 25 players per, and you're going to be on average buying the players at 1,500 coins, I would say, on average. So they're going to be quite expensive just to build right away. So what I would recommend you do is, after every game, you head over to the auction house. You're going to go to Browse Auctions. You're going to set your filter to League, NHL, and then you're going to set your buy now range to 1,200 coins is what I usually set it to. And then you can see a bunch of cards here. Now, there's some more rare teams that you'll learn as you go. For example, like Tampa Bay is one of the more rare teams. The team builder cards are actually quite low right now, so now would be like a good time to buy them up. So somebody like this Jacob Chikrin, I can't buy now cards because my game is bugged out, but this Jacob Chikrin card would be a good card to buy and then just send to my trade pile to flip it. So even if you're not going to build the Central Division, you can still buy those cards and flip them. So that you can, make coins. So if you're not going to build one of the divisions, if you're focusing on, say, the Atlantic Division, well, then you can buy up these Red Wings. But if you see, this Matt Irwin for a good deal, then you can, buy up the Matt Irwin card, and then you can flip it to make coins, so that you're making coins while you're building these team builders. That's what I would recommend. And I would also recommend investing in these cards if you can, because they're going to go up as the new cards when the new cards start to approach us. the prices are going to go up in anticipation and hype, and people are going to start building their team builders. And then once they release, then their prices are going to peak and then slowly come back down again. So if you want to make coins with these cards, I would invest in them now. I wouldn't recommend investing in any specific team, just because we know from the other team builders that you don't need a specific division to get a specific card. You can just use any two of the 89s to get one of the 92s. So there's no specific team that's going to be really more expensive than other ones, or specific division, I should say. There's some teams that are more expensive, but the divisions on average will cost about the same amount. So I would really just focus on buying the cards that you see for a good price, and then if you want to use them to build the team builders eventually, you can. If you don't want to and you want to sell them, then you'll be making coins along the way. And that's probably one of the best ways to passively make coins, especially if you're not good at making coins. If you feel like you're stuck on the market and you don't know what to do, and you don't really know how to make coins, you don't really have any, you don't like to grind the 59th minute, you're not good at sniping, well then, buying these 81, 82 overall cards, even the 79 to 75 I think golds are, they're still really good to buy because you can hold on to them, and then it's very, very, very low risk, but it's also not super high reward, but you're guaranteed basically to make profit on all the cards. You're not going to lose coins. The only thing is that you put a large sum of your coins into these cards, and you can't use those coins until you sell these cards. So if you have some patience and you want guaranteed coins to be made, then I would start investing in these cards now. And I would look at, trying to get these team builders done sooner rather than later, because I think I have left it too long. I know most people are starting to do their team builders right now. So if you guys can finish, 4 team builders before January, or the end of January, the end of February, that would be perfect, because I think that the new cards are going to come out, second last to last week of February, so like a month from now, the new cards are going to come out, and you want to have your team builders done by then if you're going to build them. Now, you don't necessarily have to send all the cards into the sets right away if you're not going to use the cards in your teams, but you can hold the cards in your collection so that when the time does come, if you like any of the cards, then you can build the team builders, and if not, then you can just sell the team builders, and you'll make coins that way. Not sell the team builders, sell the cards for the team builders. And yeah, so right now, that's what I'd recommend. So a lot of people have been asking me, should I make Shea Weber? Like, should I spend my coins on Shea Weber? I can't really do them untradeable. I already finished my challenges and made Sagan, etc., etc. Well, my answer to you is that I would recommend, not doing Shea Weber, I would recommend doing Brent Seabrook. Brent Seabrook is the one that you want to do because he's similar to Shea Weber, except he's got infinite longevity. Shea Weber will be not usable probably in 2-3 months, right? So I would look at getting Brent Seabrook instead of Shea Weber, even though I do think Shea Weber is slightly a better card. I think Brent Seabrook just has that longevity because you'll be able to upgrade him into the 95 team builders, and it'll be more worth it for you in the long run. So essentially what you're going to want to be doing right now is looking to buy the new cards for these team builders. You don't have to send them into the sets if you're not going to use them, but if you are going to use them, you can send them into the sets and start making the team builders. I would recommend making 4, and if you can't make 4, then I would recommend making at least 2, so that when the 95s come out, you can get at least one of them. And just kind of passively go after every game and buy up the cards. You don't have to buy them all right away. In fact, I would highly recommend not buying them all right away. And the other thing is the divisions also cost around the same amount of coins, so I wouldn't worry too much about making one specific division over and over and over again. I would just kind of buy up all the divisions, and maybe you can get all 4 divisions done, and then that way you get 2 team builders out of it. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.